Bandit's pretty happy. He's running around. He's got his little piggy. Come here, Bandit. Bandit, come here. Come. Bandit is all hyped up because he just had a bath. Yeah, you're just going a mile a minute. You're going to hear some dog noise in this video possibly because after his bath, he just goes ballistic nuts and runs around the house and barks and likes to chew on his plastic toys, rubber toys. Okay, you have a good time. We'll see you later. Today, we're taking a look at what's in this box. This box is an HX Outdoors box, and it's got their laser etched name in there. Bandit, quiet. Leather sheath. Damascus blade. This is a Damascus wood handle version of their TD-01. So this is their TD-01DM for Damascus, and it has the same classic hand feel, size, dimensions of the TD-01, and I like it an awful lot. Full flat grind, genuine Damascus blade. They don't tell us exactly what kind of steel is in this Damascus, but I've done some cutting with it. I've sharpened it. It feels like it's a pretty hard Damascus. Roughly around 57, 58 is what it feels like from my sharpening. That's very subjective. So what we have is a great looking knife that I think you should be interested in. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, this might be just the thing if it's in the price range of what you're looking for. This is not in the low budget range. So yeah, this is a little bit pricey. Thankfully, I got this from GearBest. They sent it to me at their cost, at my request, and I'm thankful for it. I make every attempt to give a completely objective review, as objective as I possibly can. Did you know that even people who buy their own knives can't do 100% objective reviews? You know, if I bought this knife, I would be tempted to say good things about it, not consciously, subconsciously, because I don't want to be seen to have bought a piece of garbage. And that's a subconscious perspective that people have towards their reviews. So if you see a review done by somebody who buys all of his stuff, it is still a subjective review. If you see somebody who gets his stuff given to him, you know, he can be influenced by the fact, he or she, that it was given to him. And so he wants to give a good review so that he keeps getting more stuff from them. Be that as it may, it goes both ways. So I just make every attempt to be as objective as I possibly can. You've got that commitment from me. So let's put this thing on the table and we'll take a good hard look at this knife coming at you right now. Now, I could use a product like Goo Gone to get these stickers off of here, but I've not yet gotten the stickers off. But I just wanted to show you the box in a little bit more detail. Some nice mahogany. We've got some spalting here. That's where the wood starts rotting but hasn't gotten soft yet. And there's a little bit of broken wood back here, and that's because when it got shipped to me, when it got shipped from GearBest all the way to my sister in Nebraska, there was no problem with it. She told me it was in perfect condition. It broke from Nebraska to me. But I can just put a little bit of glue in there and fix that. But the way it's designed is to be sort of hidden hardware. You can just barely see the hardware right there. And they've got their name etched in that side as well. And so you get a pretty decent box. They've got a number of their products that do this. Yeah, done quite well. You get a nice leather sheath with this one with some embezzlement. No, not embezzlement. With some, what's the word I'm looking for now? It's not embroidery. Anyhow, they put some decorative stuff on it. Their logo is right there, stamped in there. So it looks kind of nice. Well done. You know, nice leather. Belt loop back here. It's one of those fold over belt loops. And then a snap that holds it in place. And I'll show you what that looks like right there. And then the snap. So a little bit loose when it's in there, but it's not going to fall out. You know, it is in there for good when it's in there. So that's a good thing. So nice full grain leather sheath. And there's the handle. The kind of wood is called sandalwood, which is a wood from the India area of the continent, of the globe of the world. Southern India has the most sandalwood, and it's got a beautiful color to it. I mean, I just love that color of that wood. It's just great. Full tang steel blade all the way to the end. And then you've got a wooden pommel on the back right there. And it's welded in place or somehow attached. Lanyard hole that goes all the way through right there, of course. And then it's screwed on here. But even though those are hex or Allen key screws, do not take the handles off, because you've got these brass sleeves or tubes that go in here. And you're going to have a terrible time putting it back together if you take it apart. Because those sleeves, the ends of them are flanged out to sort of sit in there nice and tight. I don't know why they made it look like you can put it together and take it apart when you really can't, or you shouldn't, I should say. And then you've got this Damascus. That's a beautiful Damascus, if you ask me. Look at it, just beautiful. Let's see if I can get it to focus right here. There we go. Take a look at that. Very, very nice. And the cutting edge. I sharpened it to get a feel for how hard the steel was. It sharpens quite well, and it takes a good edge. Cuts just fine. It cuts, of course, paper very well. I've cut this stuff in recent videos, and it just slices through that like it's hardly there. See, it wasn't attached at all. Don't even have to pull on it. It was just sort of friction that was holding it in place. No problem at all to cut with just about anything. Cut about just about anything you want. Let's cut some wire here. Here's some Ethernet cable, and that's pretty tough stuff. And cuts through that quite easily. Not hard at all to cut through this stuff. Even a little bit of batoning. So sandalwood Damascus blade, HX Outdoors. This one here is one that might not be a user. It might become a gift, or if somebody wants to buy it from me, I'll sell it. Okay, I'm back. So we've got a nice drop point blade, full flat grind. Let's go through all the different specs on this thing. We've got a cutting edge of 8.6 centimeters, so 3.39 inches. Blade length, so wood to tip, 10 centimeters, 3.94 inches, so basically 4 inches. The blade thickness, 3.9 millimeters, that's 0.1535 inches. The blade depth is 3.2 centimeters, 1.26 inches. The thickness of the edge right behind the grind is 0.6 millimeters. That's 0.0235 inches, so not bad at all for how thick it is. It's a good slicing knife, and you can sneak up with your index finger up here and your thumb back here, do some really good delicate cutting if you want to. Handle length, so wood to the end of the steel on the pommel here, is 11.8 centimeters, 4.66 inches. The handle thickness, right here's the thickest spot, 1.95 centimeters, 0.77 of an inch. And the handle depth, right here, 3.1 centimeters, 1.24 inches. And the grip area, so pommel to, guard to the end of the pommel here is 10 centimeters, 3.94 inches. And the total length of this knife is 21.8 centimeters, 8.58 inches. It weighs 204 grams, which is 7¼ ounces. And when you add in the sheath, it's 261 grams, 9.2 ounces. Not bad. So, fit and finish on this, I'm calling it very good, not quite excellent. The only flawed areas, I don't like how it's just a little bit off on these posts, these hollow posts through here. They're just not perfect enough to be excellent, but very good. Everything else feels very nice in hand. We've got a rounded back spine here, a little bit of nice jimping there, jimping here and here on the belly and end. You've got that nice Damascus on the back pommel right there. That looks really good. And this good looking sandalwood, it's a very good looking knife. And, the blade shape here, it's a good, skinning style of knife. A good outdoors hunting kind of knife. It's not a perfect, there is no knife that does everything. And that's what I mean. It's perfect for what it is, but it's not a do everything knife, but it is a do an awful lot kind of knife. That's for sure. The only writing on it is their logo right here. And another thing that keeps it from being excellent is it says Damascus, as if those were three different things. Dama, space, S, space, Cus. They're laser etching for the word Damascus. They should have taken out a couple spaces there. That's kind of funny, a little bit humorous. Let me give you a close-up picture of the spine of this knife so you can see the different layers of the steel. It's a really, really nice knife. I like its looks, its feel, very comfortable in hand. All sorts of grips are very comfortable. Reverse grip works well. Reverse works well. If you put your thumb above it, then you've got to move your hand back a little ways and not sneak it all the way to the choil with your fingers, but that's a good grip. Pinch grip, forward choil grip, the grip back here, extended hand grip. You put your 3 fingers here, if you need, a little bit longer grip. There's a number of different ways you can use this knife, and it's very nice for that. It's a good choice for a gift knife if there's somebody who is deserving of a gift in that range of value. It's one that you could add to your list of potential knives to get for that. Another thing that keeps it from being excellent is we're not told what steels they used for the Damascus. Are these stainless steels or are these carbon steels? We're not sure. I think they're probably stainless steels. I did a little bit of a rust test and it didn't corrode very easily. I forgot to show what it looks like on a pair of pants. So let's do this. We'll put this belt through here, or piece of belt. So that's what it looks like sitting on a belt. That's how low it hangs. So there you go. You can see more of it now and how it sits on the waist. There you go. That is this knife. I like it an awful lot. I think it's kind of cool. It's worth checking out, worth looking at. I know a lot of you guys, you just won't be in the price range for this, and that makes sense. That's just fine. But sometimes it's just nice to look at some things that we can't afford. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Remember that for July and August, there'll be only 2 or 3 videos per week. 2 or 3 videos per week. And that's because I'm going to be visiting family, driving around Canada and a little bit through the United States. So if you want to remember me, that's what I'll be doing. And thanks so much. Remember, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.